Today's topic is mastering time management. Hi, my name is Dr. Meghana Dikshit. I'm the author of the book You Matter, Brain and Performance Expert and an Ayurvedic doctor. I'm here to help you uplift your life, become more successful and be very efficient and productive in your life. So let's dive straight into the topic of managing your time effectively and becoming productive and successful. If you're ready, type ready in the chat box and let's begin. So what exactly is time management? A lot has already spoken about it. A lot has already written about it. So what am I going to bring you new? I'm simply going to tell you what things worked for me and what didn't work for me. So most of you, those who are regular to the channel, you know that I was a queen of the nation of the procrastinators. But if you are new to this channel, my suggestion is subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you can get every fresh video that we are posting to make sure that your life starts navigating in the right direction. So let's talk about what is time management here. So in my experience, what I learned is time management is basically the 4 things to manage: clarity, priority, discipline, and emotional management. If you are able to be clear about what you want in your life and what you don't want in your life, if you can prioritize the things that you want in your life and delegate the things that you don't want in your life. Third, if you can become disciplined into the things that you're pursuing in your life. Fourth is, while you're having clarity, priority, and discipline in your life, there is definitely some need of emotional regulation. Every time you'll experience a lack of time or you're not able to manage your time well, it's not that you have less time. Let's be honest, people, those who are extremely productive and successful in their life, have same time as yours. Everybody has 24 hours. So then what exactly those people do to get through maximum in their 24 hours? How are they able to achieve 72 hours work in just 24 hours? So let's dive straight into the topic. Type dive in the chat box because I'm going to start with the first step, that is clarity. Type clarity in the chat box and let's begin with the clarity. Let's understand, most of people, those who say I'm very busy in my life, are the people, basically those who are roaming around in the world without any clarity. I'm going to bust some myths for you here. I'm not here to mollycoddle you, but I'm here to give you the truth bombs that can help you to understand that you're not actually busy in your life, but you lack clarity. If you get this as a truth bomb, type truth bomb in the chat box or TB in the chat box so that I know you are understanding what I'm saying. See, when you have hundreds of things on your plate, and you're not able to know which one to start with, or you're feeling overwhelmed that I have everything to do on my own and I'm really not knowing how to manage my time well. Just look back on your life and just see that what has been the pattern of your life. How have you been living your life? Did you have clarity about where you are navigating in your life? Now take a peek into your future and look where you're heading in your future. You know, when you are on a road and you're supposed driving your car, and if you don't know where you have come from or where you're heading, it becomes a little chaotic situation because you're clueless of your path. So knowing where you're heading in future is extremely important. Now you may not have to figure out the entire life that you're leading or you're going to lead or you're going to have, but you must know where you're heading a little bit ahead of your life, planning and strategizing and understanding that what are some of the things that you want to be in your life. Not what you want in your life. Yes, you will say that I want to be healthy, I want to be rich, I want to be in a great relationship. All of those things are great. But who do you want to become? Do you want to become consistent? Do you want to become confident? Do you want to become powerful? Do you want to become influential? Do you want to become impactful? Who you want to become on the way to achieve those great things in your life. Now, when you have the clarity of who you want to become, let's take an example of confident, powerful, influential, impactful. These are some things that you want to be, right? Now, understand that the 100 things are there on your plate. And look at those 100 things and say, which one of these are going to make you be that person? Those 4 things. Those are the things you want to mark, with tick mark like this, and say that, okay, so these are the tasks when I do every single day, these are the tasks that are helping me to become this. So you're practically looking back on your life. When you look forward and you stand there, that this is a person who is very confident, very influential, very powerful, and very impactful. From that point, you look back in your life today and you make sure that you understand that the tasks that are there on your plate, which one of them are the tick marks? That's bringing the clarity. Now, of course, out of 100, there will be suppose 10 tasks that are going to make you be that person. Now, you got to identify which one would you like to prioritize. Which one comes first? Out of those 10, which one do you feel will be the maximum impact on your life when you do that task? Identify out of 10 the top 3 that you would like to prioritize. Now the third thing, when you have prioritized those 3 things, you have to be disciplined. Every single day, commit to finishing those 3 things the first thing in the morning when you wake up. The most productive time that you have. Now, some of you may be night owls and you want to do those things which are the high impact, high powerful activities when you're productive. So identify in the circadian rhythm of your everyday, which is your most productive time. Take those top 3 things that you feel are the most impactful to make you or help you become who you want to be and do them in the most productive time. Now, the fourth and the most important thing that you need to understand is about your emotions. Right? Now let's take an honest assessment. Look back on your life. Every time, every single day, every moment, we are not always at our best of the emotions. Life goes like this, right? Ups and downs, and there will be highs, there will be lows, and there will be great emotions, there will be little mediocre emotions, and there will be low emotions, and all of this is creating a certain kind of impact on your life. Now, when all of this is creating a certain kind of impact on your life, you got to understand to learn to manage your emotions better every time you go on extreme highs, if possibly, or every time you're going extreme lows. How to moderate your emotions, how to manage when you are in great emotions or when you are in a happy state of mind. Everything is going to be great. But how do you manage when you are in a low emotions? See, understand, successful people are not the ones, those who operate out of their feelings. You can't tell yourself one day that, oh, I'm feeling great, so I'm going to do this. And the other day when you're not feeling good, I don't feel good, so I'm not going to do it. You're allowing the emotions to rule you. In that case, you need to develop some strategies and techniques where you need to start regulating your emotions. Let me now give you the step-by-step way to get to the time management and productivity. So type step by step in the chat box and let me know that you're here with me. So let's begin. The first step that you need to get into for managing your time is setting clear goals. Now, how does it look like to set clear goals? Let me take an example that suppose you want to write a book and you are feeling like, okay, I want to do this book. I want to finish this book in the next 6 months' time. You want to chart your plan to finish that book. That means no matter what, how do you feel? Where is the scenario? What's going on in your life? Whatever the situation is. You got to pick up to write those 500 words or 1,000 words every single day. And some days the words will be great and some days the words will be totally crap, but you should be okay with it. It's a first draft, it's not a final book. Sitting down to write those 500,000 words is the most important task you will be doing when you set your goals. So whatever you want to achieve, so write down your goal and tell me in the chat box what's your specific goal that you want to achieve in your life. And in order to achieve that goal, what's the action you're going to take every single day? Like I said, if you write a book, you want to dive down the 500 to 1,000 words every single day. Now, when you have done all the planning, the second step comes is to set the priority right. Now, what worked for me wonderfully is setting the priority through the Eisenhower matrix. What is urgent and what is not important? What is important but not urgent? What is urgent and important and what is not urgent and not important? Now you will understand when you put these tasks that are on your plate or on your diary, put them into these 4 quadrants and you will see that you will be able to eliminate what is not urgent and what is not important. Most of our lives, when we say we are very busy and I can't manage my time, most of your focus is on the tasks which are not urgent and not important. The moment you get them, immediately eliminate them from your diary. Then you focus on what is urgent and what is not important. And look at if you can delegate that to somebody else. The third one comes is what is urgent and important. Now this is something that you want to focus on priority. You want to get into action from this quadrant, what is urgent and what is important. And then the fourth quadrant comes is what is not urgent but important. Now this fourth one, you have to start planning for the future. The moment you put all your tasks into these four quadrants, you will be able to see how easy it becomes for you to manage your time. The third step is practicing time blocking. Now what's time blocking? Suppose you're going to work for 6 hours. Now you want to take this 6 hours and divide them into 4 blocks. 1.5, 1.5, 1.5 and 1.5. Now what I love doing is I maintain a physical diary so that I love to see my schedule right in front of me. I like the visual. But if you're comfortable doing it on phone or digital tools, using them, that's also fine. So in that 1.5 hour, you must know what are you going to accomplish. Now suppose you finish that task in that 1.5 hour, great. But if you did not, stop there and move to the next block of 1.5 hours. These kind of plannings will really help you to streamline and focus on the things that are urgent and important. Definitely allocate one block of your day for the future planning about the important things that you feel that will help you navigate in the right direction in your life. So blocking the time will actually help you accomplish so much more than you would generally, because otherwise you're going to waste a lot of time because you do not have the clarity on which task goes in which time frame, and then you will end up wasting a lot of time. So when I was in school, I remember that when I was going to appear for the 10th standard exam, one of my teachers had given a very good suggestion to write the paper in the time. So she had said, if you find a difficult question, do not waste your time on that. You block it on side and you finish the rest of the paper. As soon as you finish the rest of the paper, come back to that difficult question. Because what happens is when you focus too much on that difficult question, you're going to waste the remaining time into not answering the easier questions. So similarly, when you do the time blocking, you do not really waste a lot of time on one problem that you're trying to solve, but you get more things done in the remaining times. If this helped you, type helped in the chat box and let's see if more people can watch this video, because you're giving me a lot of likes and comments in the chat box. Remember that YouTube's algorithm is very simple. The more you give me likes, the more messages that you put in the chat box, comments, the more it will be shared and shown to more people. So please help me to help you better and help more people on this mission of changing this world to make it a better place by making a comment, putting a comment down there if you're watching this video up till now. The fourth step is eliminate time wasters. Now what are your time wasters typically? Is it social media, scrolling Instagram or watching too many YouTube videos, or is it like watching too much television? What is it? What are your time wasters? Are your time wasters could be even unorganized cupboard or unorganized workstation. So check on your time wasters and eliminate them as soon as possible. I'll give an example of what I did. Okay, so I experienced that in the beginning of social media, when I was everywhere, I was wasting a lot of time checking on what's happening on social media. I realized that a lot of my time is getting into knowing this novelty. So what I started doing is I started allocating a specific time frame. Like I will only go on social media after every 2 hours, and that too only for 10 minutes. And I would literally set an alarm for 10 minutes and I would stop wherever I was. I would also do the same for WhatsApp. for emails, for everything. You can actually start putting them into the schedules, and you can actually set alarms. Today it has become so comfortable that you can set alarms on your phone, and they will remind you that this is your allocated time. That way you will not even feel the fear of missing out, and you will be able to catch up on whatever is needed. So make sure that you eliminate the time wasters in this 24 hours. The fifth and the most important one, and this was the most difficult one for me, okay, to outsource and delegate. So when I was in this journey of transforming my life, I observed that I was too much into controlling everything. So as a business owner, I always felt that I have to control every outcome. I have to control how everything works. And because I wanted to control everything, I always used to tell myself that, my team is not performing to the mark because they don't know the best. I know how to do it the best. And I wasn't giving the proper delegation, or I wasn't really outsourcing what was not my strength. And I was trying to do everything. And that was very, very overwhelming. Because I was trying to do everything, most of the times my time would be taken by the things that are urgent but not important. And the moment I did the Eisenhower matrix, I realized that, my God, there are so many things on my diary that are not really important, that I can delegate to someone. So I just needed to identify a right team member who has the specific skills that can manage this task effectively better than me. And the moment I started delegating what was not important for me, I started experiencing a great productivity, because now I had a lot of time in my hand and I could focus on the things that I was good at. And that's where I started transforming my life, transforming my business, and also creating a lot of freedom of time so that I can be with my family, I can travel around the world and still be more effective, more impactful, and more influential. These are my 5 steps that I use for managing my time better. Now you see, there is the last part that I had shared about emotional regulation. Now there are a lot of techniques and a lot of videos I have already posted on emotional regulation on this channel. Please make sure that you watch those videos where the emotional regulation is much needed for you to achieve the time management. However, to begin, you can start with these 5 steps, and then eventually you can slowly get into the emotional regulation as well. This itself will give you a great benefit. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up, share it with at least 10 people. Be part of my mission to empower this world, to make this world a better place for the future generations to come. Lots of love to you. I will see you around very soon.